So
Okay,
like
okay.
then like easy to understand. Just make it like it just is try to make it easy to understand for you. I think that's how I understand.
Okay, basically just group your items, just group them into different chunks. That's where chunking, what chunking comes from. So just take into notice your visual hierarchy, like the blog post on the right. The hierarchy is there. You know that the main text or the main title is wall of text. Sure you get. Then where we stopped, Fitts law. Yeah, who will explain Fitts law? The physics parts. Wants to volunteer? Fitts law. Who take Fitts law? Okay, Elizabeth. Fitts law.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good
So,
afternoon.
what I understand by Fitts law is that if there are any touch targets that are important, you should try as much as possible to make them reachable to the user and not hidden like on the screen or anything. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So moving on, aesthetic usability effects. This one is quite basic. Now, users often perceive aesthetically pleasing designs and designs rather, not as designs that are usable. Now, when you see a design that is pleasing to the eyes, your brain will automatically translate it as, okay, this design is usable. I can use this product. That's why many people, maybe you see some products, or maybe you install a mobile app and you see that the interface is weird and the color combinations are terrible. Just uninstall the app straight. Now, when you see pleasing or colorful designs, you see it as designs that are usable, designs that you can easily flow with, because why? They are beautiful. Now, aesthetically pleasing designs create a positive response in people's brains and leads them to believe the design actually works better. So, which can someone tell us any design or any product you think has a wonderful interface? You can tell us, just mention any product that you think has a wonderful UI, either physical products or digital products. Who wants to volunteer? Okay, let me call. Mazida, which product do you think is pleasing to your eyes, either digital or physical products? Mazida.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Okay, I was asking, we're talking about aesthetic usability effects that it states that users often perceive aesthetically pleasing designs as designs that are usable. So the question is, which design do you see as aesthetically pleasing? Like designs that are beautiful in your eyes, both physical products and digital products. Can you mention any?
Does architecture count?
Sorry?
Does architecture count like building?
Yes, yes. It's a physical product.
Okay, so there's this building in Dubai. It's called the Museum of the Future.
Okay, okay. I've heard about that. Okay, you can see that that product is, or that building is very beautiful, meaning you are like, you are moved to go there. You feel like, oh, I wish I was just in this museum, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So that's called the aesthetic usability effect. That's why many people tend to like iPhones, because iPhones are pleasing to the eyes. That's why people buy some of the things that they buy, because it's not like they need it, but you just feel, oh, this thing is beautiful. That's why some people can buy dresses that they don't even wear for one day, or they might not even wear, but because the dress is beautiful, they buy it. That's the aesthetic usability effect. Now, the next one, von Restorff effect. Now, von Restorff effect, also known as isolation effect, predicts that when multiple similar objects are present, the one that differs from the rest is most likely to be remembered. Now, that's what they apply in pricing pages. Now, there is, when you check pricing pages for digital products, they line up arrays of different options that you can go for, then highlight one which will be different, probably a different color, or has drop shadows that are very, very visible that you can see. So now you can easily remember, those products or those options. That's von Restorff effect. Let me bring up, okay. See it here now, this pricing page. This is not a modern pricing page, but let's just make do of this. Now, on this pricing page now, we have standard for individuals, we have professional, and we have unlimited. Now, they are advising you, or they want you to go for the professional, which is $149. Even though it does not have all the things that are being provided by the product, but it has a large amount of things, and they want you to go for that product. That's why they highlighted it. Then looking at the illustration on top of the pricing page, and you can see that the one at the middle has a bold yellow color, and it's different from the rest. So if I leave this page now, trust me, you definitely remember that one at the middle and the pricing at the middle. You definitely remember it because it is the only one that is different. That's why these laws of UX is more like physics and psychology. It's just like forcing the brain to do certain things. You're just positioning the users in, or basically you are controlling the users. You want them to see what you want them to see. I hope you understand it. So Doherty threshold, productivity source when a computer and its users interact at a speed of less than 400 milliseconds, that ensures that neither, I have to correct this, neither has to wait for the other, another physics law. So now, this is put into practice when you are designing and loading pages. Now, imagine you want to download a file, and when you click on download, nothing pops up. You wait and wait and wait and wait. You have to wait until, okay. Joshua, where did you miss? When did you stop, or when did you get off the call? Or after the class, I'll do a recap so as to not waste our time. I'll do a recap after the whole class. Now we have Doherty threshold. Now, this is used for loading pages or when you want to download something. Now, it is much more easier to wait for a page that is loading when there is a loading bar there. The loading bar does not have to be like accurate, but at least it will make the waiting tolerable. It's just like, okay, you want to export a file in Canva. Now, if you just click on export or you click on download and you don't see anything on the file finished downloading, it does not make sense. In reality, it does not make sense. So you have to wait. What if there's an issue? Sorry. Oh, sorry for that. So what if there is an issue now and there is a failed download? So how do you rectify that, or how do you know that? So it is easier for you to put a loading bar there, or there's what they call a static screen. There are some products that use static screens. I think Jumia does that. So when you open Jumia sites now, you don't see, when you open the sites now and when it is loading, you see a glimpse of what they have to offer, but it is gray. It is grayed out. You just be seeing some motions or some animations on the screen until the page finally loads. So that's what durability threshold is talking about. So make waiting for the user tolerable. So when you are trying to design, okay, you want to add a card to your wallet, and it will require a loading screen, or it will require a long period of time. Put in a loading screen. You can put in a loading bar that, okay, the users can easily see the process. Now, users want you to take them through the process. Don't jump the process. They want to be active in the process of adding that card. They want to be active. No, many users, they will not tell you. They might not tell you, but deep down they know that, okay, I want to be active. I want this product to be very interactive. It's like, oh, the product is standing in front of me and I can talk to the product. That's the best way you can ever design a product. So, okay, let's go back. Stop that. Okay, aesthetic usability effects. Who would volunteer to explain? For every volunteer, you have a UI book. I'll send a UI book for every volunteer. So we have, the first volunteer was, I think he's no more on the call. Okay, who volunteered to explain the aesthetic usability effects? If you volunteer, I'll send you a book.
I would like to volunteer.
Okay, sure, go on.
Yeah, so I think aesthetic usability effect basically is that users will definitely favor designs that generally more aesthetically pleasing to them.
Okay. Thank you very much. So the next one, von Restov rather. I'm always mixing it up. Von Restov effect. So who volunteered to explain that?
Okay, let me volunteer.
Okay.
Okay, I think this is talking about pricing pages, right?
All right.
Like the one that is different. That's the one that people will pick most. Just like we are
Okay.
trying to you are engineering the minds of the users.
Exactly.
Because if you leave that particular page, they'll keep remembering that because it's different from a range of similar things.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. So if I leave this page for like 5 or 10 minutes and I tell you which one can you remember, you definitely pick the ones at the middle because they are different. So now the second part of, okay, last one, durability threshold. Who volunteered to take durability threshold? Any volunteer? Durability threshold. Is everybody coming up? Okay, let me call someone's name. Okay, Joshua. Oh, Lawal Joshua. Yes.
You can just keep it to another person, please.
Huh?
Just skip him. Skip it to another person.
Oh, okay. Again. Okay, Oluwaseun. Okay, Oluseun rather. Sorry. Oluseun. Durability threshold.
Hello.
Yeah,
Please,
I can hear you.
can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The durability threshold is one that is make it interactive with the user.
Okay.
So like showing a loading page,
Okay.
like in form of a percentage. Also, so that's what I can say.
Yes, you are correct. You are correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So yeah, moving on, we'll look at, these are not all the laws of UX, mind you. There are more laws. So it is your job. I cannot take everything here because of our time. So it is your job to go back and read up on the remaining laws of UX that we have. because there are more laws that you can imagine. There are more laws. So please just after this class, just go back, read them. The more you read and practice them, the better for you. The more the designs become more usable. So now we have usability heuristics for user interface design. This is a quick guidebook. Now, sorry, let me take this separately. Okay, now if you have any question, you can just send it to the chat box or you can easily unmute yourself. Now, what are usability heuristics? Now, usability heuristics were devised in 1994 by Jacob Nelson, a well-known Danish web consultant. Okay, Esther, okay. In reality,
Like
yes.
lots of UX, this is the second time I'm hearing about it. Though I've tried to
Okay,
dabble into product design, but I've
okay,
not really known about it. But this is the first time I'm hearing, like I'm really getting in on
oh,
lots
okay,
of. So these laws now, I know that okay, in science or
yeah,
in life, there are laws and principles that need to be followed. So like, is it
yes,
applicable here in UX that okay, it must be followed, or is it a guide? Just like
yes,
in
yes.
designer, you just have principles, and those principles they have to be. It's not every time, but it should just be as a guide. But is it applicable here, or this must be followed like tooth and nail?
Okay, it is applicable here, like what you said now. There are laws in science, there are also laws in user experience, there are also laws. Now, these are guides. They will not nail you to the cross if you don't follow these laws. Now you are advised to follow these laws to make your designs more usable. Now there is a step after designing called usability testing. Now they'll test if your product is usable. Now in a situation where, okay, you're a freelancer now and you are the only designer then, you have to follow these laws to make the product stand out. Now, if your users cannot relate well with your product, that means you failed where you are failed as a designer. That's just the fact. So now these laws are there to guide you. It's not even the popular websites we know, like, okay, let's say e-commerce, Jumia, Kong, it's not all these laws that they follow. I still opened Jumia website some days ago. I was like, okay, they didn't follow this law, they didn't follow this law. Now there are some laws that they don't follow, but there are some laws that they follow very well. So we're not telling you that okay, you have to be perfect, you must follow all these things. Yes, you must actually, you should. But that does not stop you from being creative when you are designing. Shigет, I hope your question has been answered. So in your best interest, follow the laws. So Esther, has your question be answered? Okay, awesome. So now usability heuristics are just simple guides, rule of thumbs for, or a good guide to follow when making decisions. Now these usability heuristics are for making decisions when designing. Now, visibility of system status. The system should always keep users informed about what is going on through appropriate feedback with reasonable time. Now, it is, how can I explain it? Okay. Like when you want to order a ride now, in a transport application or transport tech app, let's say Uber now. Now, when you want to book a ride, when you click book ride, there should be a notification that, okay, yes, your ride has been booked. That is a simple thing that will help user experience. Now, when you book a ride now and your user is not informed that, okay, the ride has been booked, the user will be lost that, okay, I booked a ride. What's next? What should I do? Should I wait or should I keep clicking on book until my driver comes? Sure, you get. Now, it's just the same thing with e-commerce now. When you see a product, okay, I love this product, let me add it to my cart. You see a check, item added to your cart. Or when you are going through a registration screen or an onboarding screen, I think that will be one of our tasks for this program, onboarding screens, designing an onboarding screen. Now, when you are designing an onboarding screen, help them understand where they are at the moment. As they are moving, show them a detailed explanation of where they are. You can put a progress bar there, like when you are for registration. If you see that, okay, this registration process is going to be long, following the laws of UX, break them down. Use chunking now, break them down into similar. I hope you can see where all these laws come in now. Now you are building a sign-in app or a sign-up a page now. Let's say sign-up page, you want to register. Now you can see that the information you need are very much. Break them down into different tabs. You say, okay, this one you just need their names, their email, and everything. The next one, let's say, is a fitness app. Okay, you need their gender, you need their height, you need their weight. The third tab, you need, okay, their level of experience. Is it intermediate? Is it professional? And all of that. Break them down. That's from laws of UX. Now, going to usability heuristics now. Those things that you broke down, put progress bar. As they are moving from one stage to another, put, okay, if they are completed one stage, you can make that, highlight that place as green. That tab now, you can highlight it as green, meaning they've completed that stage. So the user does not mistakenly go back or don't have to go back to check. Hope you understand. Then at the points where they are, put it that, okay, this is the point where they are, highlight that point. And now the points which you want them to go, highlight that point. So that's what this progress bar is for. Now this is showing you 75%. Now, imagine you are downloading a movie now. I know this would have happened to many of us now. You are downloading a movie. You don't know where the movie has reached. You just see download field. You'll be very pained, honestly. You'll be very pained. Imagine, oh, that movie is a movie that you've been looking forward to. You just see, and you have your last data. You just see download field. Or you just see the thing is just rolling. Nothing is showing. You wait and wait for 2 hours, nothing is showing. Now, this is where usability heuristics come in. Put progress bar. When it gets to 50, 60, it does not have to be accurate, mind you. This thing doesn't have to be accurate. The accuracy is left for the developers to figure out. The one is just to show that this is what it is meant to be showing. Give it to the developers, they'll do it for you. So you get. Now put progress bars for them to make life easy. Now your product is meant to make life easy for your users, not make life hard for them. So moving on, if you have any question, you can just unmute or drop it in the chat box. So match between system and real world. The system should speak the user's language with words, phrases, concepts familiar to the user, rather than system-oriented terms. Follow real-world conventions, making information appear in natural and logical order. Now, the illustration on the right-hand side, highlighting text in an e-reading app is similar to highlighting text in a book. Many of us read books. Some of us are Christians or even Muslims. You read your Quran. Now, when you want to highlight them, you use either your highlighter or use a biro. Use an highlighter or use a biro to mark it out. Okay, yes, I want to always remember this part. Now, when you are designing your products, let your products also highlight things like that. So you get, let your products follow like real world scenarios, real world instances. Let it follow that same pattern. It's just like icons now. When you want to use icons, or yes, let's say icons now. You see, when you want to use a Wi-Fi icon now, you cannot use a Bluetooth icon as a Wi-Fi icon. The user will become confused. Imagine your user putting on your Wi-Fi or their Wi-Fi using, and you have to use the Bluetooth, click on the Bluetooth icon to put on the Wi-Fi. You can say that it's already getting confusing for the user. It makes life hard for the user. So let what you are doing match real world scenarios. So the next one, sorry. Okay, user control and freedom. Users often choose system functionalities by mistake and will need a clearly marked emergency exit to leave unwanted states without having to go through an extended dialogue support, undo, and redo. Now, this is where I think Microsoft has done us well. I don't know if it was Microsoft or I don't know. So now they've done us well. They've introduced Control Z, Control Y. That is one of the usability heuristics that is mostly decorated. Now, undo and redo. You should be able to give your user an option to cancel a certain step. Now, if, for example, on a landing page, user wants to go to, let's say, pricing page, and user mistakenly clicks on contact us page. Now, you should create an avenue for your user to go back or to move directly without a dialogue or without stress. Oh, okay, you want before. Are you talking about match between system and real world, Tomilola? Huh?
Yes.
Okay, match between system and real world. It's just what you're having in your design. Let it match real world approach. For example, the example here is highlighting a text. Now, when you are highlighting, for example, you are reading a book and you want to highlight a certain part. Now, the way you highlight your book physically should also translate to the way your product will highlight a text in the product. Sure, you get. So give room for, okay, let's say using an highlighter now, a physical highlighter, you highlight that text on your book. Make that avenue possible also in your products. That's when your user is trying to highlight, the user does not have to rack their brain, oh, how do I highlight this? How do I do this? How do I do this? Make that process seamless for them that they don't have to think. The moment your user starts thinking or start reasoning on what to do at certain stage or the other, that means there's an issue. Sure, you get. That means there's a big issue in your products. So did you get it, Tomilola?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So user control and freedom, give room for undo and redo. Now give the user an avenue for them to cancel a certain process. That's why in your browser now you have a close tab or you have a reload tab. Now those things are there to help the users, or you want to go back to the previous screen, or you want to go to the screen you opened before, you want to go forward. Now there are avenues for that. So in your product too, when you move from one screen to another, make an avenue for the users to go back or to go to another certain part of your product without giving them stories or without opening another page for them that they have to read terms and conditions or before they go to another page. No, that's not necessary. So make that process seamless for them, make that process smooth for them. So next one, consistency and standards. Users should not have to wonder whether different words, situations, or actions mean the same thing. Follow platform conventions. So in the illustration design of everyday things, a best-selling book by cognitive scientist and usability engineer Donald Norman. The color yellow is used for hyperlinks in this user's interface. I hope you get that. Now, let your designs be consistent and let them follow industry standards. Sure, you get. I think after this class, we'll just hop on Figma and do some little magics that we can see, or just practicalize all these laws so that we can easily assimilate them. Now, when you are designing, for example, I used this example at the beginning, when you are designing the button, in industry, designs are mostly rectangular. You won't see a square button. You won't see a square button. You'll see a cylindrical button. Buttons are rectangulars with curved edges or with sharp edges. Now you can't say, oh, you are the most creative person in the world. You throw in a triangular button into your products. No, you don't do that. Your users will become confused because they've not seen a triangular button before. If in the future triangular buttons become a trend, fine, good, no problem. But as at this point, when you're designing buttons, use square buttons, rectangular buttons. Sure, you get. So follow industry patterns and let your designs be consistent. If you do one thing at your first screen, follow that same processes. That's why we encourage what they know that we as designers, we build what is called a style guide or a design system. This is also part of what we'll be doing. Now, those style guides and design systems will help you design more consistent products. That what is in screen A is also the same process that is followed in screen B. The text size or weight in screen A is also the same text size or weight in screen B. Your colors are consistent, your buttons are consistent, your typography and everything is consistent. So let your designs be consistent. Once you start with something, stick to it till you finish designing that product. So moving on, fifth one, error prevention. Now this is mostly used in sign up pages or sign-in pages. Now, all these pages, most times in previous years, you have to click on login or sign up before you know that, okay, there is a mistake in what you did or the form you filled, there's a mistake there. Now, error prevention should not, like, if your page should be designed in a way that your user does not have to click on login before they can realize that an error has been made. Now, what we try to inculcate in our designs is called error prevention. Now, give them guidelines. Say you get, now, I hope we all know what is called placeholders. Now, placeholders are texts that are vaguely written, not really vaguely, but they are grayed out inside our text boxes. Now, if you see a text box that accepts emails, you see it. Some will put examples at email.com. That is where your email should be structured. Your emails should be structured in that way. Your name or anything you want to put at your email provider.com. Anything aside from that is error. Now, that placeholder you are putting there, it is called error prevention, so that you can see, okay, this is what they accept. Let me find an email that obeys this thing, example at email.com. Let me look for, or let me try and open another mail that obeys this process. Also for passwords. And when you are creating passwords, some websites, it is until you press register that you see that, okay, they don't accept special characters or you need to add numbers. Your design should make room for that. Your design should make room for guidelines that under your password, you see, or in as a placeholder or anyone, you see 8+ characters, or like this one on the screen now. It's okay. Now, okay, this one, password strength too short. That is telling you that increase the length of your password. Your password is too short. That's what it is trying to tell you. Or this email now, enter a valid email. Even before you click register, it is already telling you that this email you are putting is not valid. Try and look at it and put in the valid email that we want. So I think that one is clear. Then the next one, recognition rather than recall. Okay, if you have any question, just drop it in the chat box or you can easily unmute. Now, recognition rather than recall. Minimize the user's memory load by making objects, actions, and options available. Users should not have to remember the information from one part of a dialogue to another. Instructions for use of the system should be visible or easily retrievable when appropriate. Now, these laws are very long. The main thing is applications. When you understand all these heuristics, these UX laws, now your ability to interpret them in your designs, that's the goal. You don't have to remember them name for name, word for word, just be able to apply them. Now, in your search bar now, when you are like searching for a website, like in Google now, Google follows this recognition rather than recall very well. Now, when you are trying to search for something on Google, you type in, let's say, products, you'll bring out many things: product management, product design, product this, product that, product this, product that. They are giving you options. Now, if you are forgotten, oh, what am I trying to search for on product? You see many options. Definitely one of the options will be what you are trying to remember. Definitely. Or you are trying to search for a song on Google. You just type the beginning of the song, or you don't know the name of the artist. You just type the first name of the artist that you can remember. Then the remaining names, different names pop up. Definitely one of the options there will give you a glimpse of what you are looking for. So in your designs, when users are trying to search for something, give them options. Give them rooms for options rather than recalling or racking their brain to remember things. Give them breathing space. That, okay, we know you might not remember. Let's give you options. Let's throw options. Then another one, recognition, another process for recognition rather than recall is the other one. Let's underline this word. Now, they give you options to what? To use different functions here. They give you an option to make it italics, bold, or underline it. That's what Microsoft Office does well. When you copy or you highlight something, they give you different options. Do you want to copy? Do you want to paste? Do you want to make it bold? Do you want to underline it? Do you want to change the color? Now, there are shortcuts for this. They are trying to tell you that you don't necessarily have to remember the shortcuts. Just do this, right click, you see many options, click on it, life becomes easy for you. So in a situation when you are a newbie to the product, you can easily perform tasks that even professionals use shortcuts for. If you cannot remember the shortcuts, you can easily do it. Even same for Figma. There are some shortcuts in Figma that new people to Figma will not know, but they've made allocations, they've made things easy for users to also, or new users to also flow or do things that the old users can also do with shortcuts by making these things available. Then the next one, flexibility and efficiency of use. Now, accelerators unseen by the novice user may often speed up interaction for the user, for the expert user, such that the system can cater to both inexperienced and experienced user. So it's just explaining or building off from what I explained previously. Now, this is where provide shortcuts for your user. When you are building a product, provide shortcuts. Yes, you are providing the normal process, like right click, you want to refresh, right click, you see refresh. Provide that refresh that you are clicking on, provide shortcuts for it on your keyboard also. When you are designing, provide shortcuts for them. This also has to deal with developers too. Developers are not exempted. So just note down. That's why as product designers, you're like the first person. It is what you tell the developer to do, the developer will do. All this knowledge, the developer does not know them. So it is your function as a product designer to help the developers build a good and sustainable product. So this next one, aesthetic and minimalist design. Now, you see different designs online. You see people just smash colors together, do this one, do that one, do that one. Your design does not have to have many colors. Does not have to be Joseph, the man that was giving coat of many colors. No, you can stick to one color and your design will be awesome. Trust me. You can stick to just one design. Someone is laughing. You can stick to one design and your design will be awesome. Trust me, you can. Just see. I'm not telling you to do the barest minimum. No, don't do the barest minimum. But at least, even in your simplicity, your design can still slay. So you get exactly color riot. You have different colors. You have blue, you have green, you have purple, you have brown, you have indigo, you have violet everywhere on your screen. No, you don't do that. You don't just smash colors together. Even in your simplicity, your design can still be awesome. Your designs can still be fine, even to the users. So you get. Now, dialogues should not contain information which is irrelevant or rarely needed. For example, when you are designing a landing page or a hero section of a page, things that the user does not need, don't add it. Yes, using one or two colors, your designs will still stand out. Okay, I think I'll show you an example. Hopefully I remember. I'll show you a design that I made. I used only just one color, just one shade, and it was blue. I just used different shades of blue, but it was the same blue, and the design came out well. Sure, you get. So you can just use one color, and your design will be better than someone that used 5 colors or 7 colors. The moment you start using too many colors, your user will become distracted. At some point, your user will you lose the users, like you lose their concentration and everything. They'll get tired. But when your user sees something that is consistent over time, your first page, second page, things are consistent. Okay, yes, your user is comfortable with what they are saying. They are comfortable, they love what they are saying. It is not too flashy, it is not too dull, but it is just there. It's just hitting the right spots in the user's mind. So you get. So don't give unnecessary information. Like for example, now you want to book a flight. You want to book a flight, you go to a website. What does booking flights have to do with let's say buying shirts? Imagine on a flight booking site now, you see, okay, click here to buy your shirt, or click here to buy your trouser, or click here to buy this one. Bro, I'm trying to book a flight, not buy a shirt. So things like that, even though that example seems senseless and absurd, some designers do it. Some designers, like I've seen some products that those these things that they are putting on your pages, you don't need them. Let your user focus on one thing. If in another page you want the user to buy shirts, yes, let them buy shirts in another page, but let that page be specifically for that one thing. So yes, moving on. Sorry. Help users recognize, diagnose, and recover from errors. Now, people often default in these places. Now, you see error 404, you see error 501, you see error this, error that. Most users don't understand what those errors mean. Put those errors in plain English. You just, okay, this web page you are looking for does no longer exist on this domain. Go back or go home. Or for people that use antivirus now, you say, okay, this page is not secured enough for you to open. Instead of saying error 512 or error 100, you are not doing Squid Game. You are not giving the users numbers. Is anybody saying anything?
Yeah, I was saying error 606.
Error 606. Imagine showing error 606 on a web page now. Imagine a 7-year-old wants to set something for assignment now, and you just blast it on the person's page, error 606, finish. There's no explanation. Person will get confused, definitely get confused. So try to make your error statements as reasonable and understandable as possible. Okay, for the illustration here, looks like this web page is missing or moved. Simple, go back. Or message deleted, undo. Give them an opportunity to recover from that error. Okay, fine, you've given them a good error message. Give them opportunity to recover. Now, if you just put a good error message and you don't give an option for them to recover, there's no point. So give them an option to recover. So let me just, okay, spent so much time. Okay, I think this is the last one. Help and documentation. This one is not really on your design. This is just to help your developers and also help yourself. So even though it is better if the system can be used without documentation, it may be necessary to provide help and documentation, as any such information should be easy to search, focused on the user's task, list concrete steps to be carried out, and not be too large. Now, this is where FAQs come in. Frequently asked questions. That's why many websites have frequently asked questions. In a case where there is an issue and there is no one to attend to that thing at that point, there should be FAQs, frequently asked questions. There should be different opportunities for the user to look for answers to their questions. This will help the users a lot. This will save you the stress of employing a customer care, even for your product, or employing someone else to handle error and everything. So when those FAQs are there, it will make life easy for you. So I think this is the last user heuristics. Then resources and references, lawsofux.com, Norman Group, AM Designs YouTube channel, then Urban Community. And you can check this out. I'll send this slide. This is a Figma file. Send this slide to the group chat so you can easily get them. So any question, I also promised to show us a design. So after our questions, I'll show us some designs. They'll practicalize some of the laws and usability heuristics. So who has any question? Any question? You can unmute. Any question? If I ask any question now, will anybody be able to answer me? Okay. Let me call somebody. Okay, Elizabeth, can you mention just one usability heuristics and explain what it talks about? Elizabeth.
Hi, sorry, I didn't get the question.
Okay, can you give us just one usability heuristics and explain what it talks about? Do you understand the question? Elizabeth. Okay, Oluseun, do you have something for us? You've been unmuting since. Okay, Kende, any usability heuristics? Okay, I think nobody has questions. So, okay, yes, the design I said I was going to show us. Let me try and see if I can find them. Sorry. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can someone notify
Yes,
me?
can see your screen.
Okay. Is it the slide you are seeing or which one?
We're seeing Figma.
Your Figma design.
Okay, can you see the landing page, sign up page, and everything on my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I think Esther was asking if we can just use one color and make our designs look nice. Now, if you look at this design now, everything you are seeing here is just blue. Yes or no? Okay, let me try and just here. Sorry. Okay, yes, awesome. Now, everything you are seeing here, mostly what you see here is blue. See the bar, the button, you're going down, blue, everywhere, blue, minus this one's the remaining, see blue everywhere. You can see that using one color, your design can still be good. See a sign-up page, blue, a dashboard, blue, a pricing page. Now, this is obeying a UX law. Who can tell us the UX law it is obeying? This pricing page, which UX law is it obeying? Wants to answer that? Anybody?
But I can't really remember. Okay. I can't really remember the name, but it's one that uses color differentiation.
Okay. Yes, one rest fault, or no, rest off rather, one rest fault effects. So this is where users can pick. This is where the users can easily remember a recommended option. Now this place here, you can see that there are border. We have what's it called? Shadows, drop shadows. We have a bar here called popular. Sure you get. Now when you switch to yearly, you have 20% off. Now this is a yearly plan. You have 20% off. Now this is following the laws of UX that we mentioned. Okay. I think with that, you should understand that. Okay. Let me just create a page here. Now, I was talking about buttons, industry conventions. Now I'll show you two things. I will ask you which one you like the most. Or let's do it this way. I think general will take you introduction to Figma as a tool. So anything I'm doing here, just wait for that class. This is a button. You can see that I'm not randomly picking. We have gray, we have purple, we have primary. We'll do that in style guides. Now, this is one button. Imagine, okay, sorry. Now, the first rectangular button and this second triangular button, which one will you prefer? Imagine you seeing these two different buttons in a design. Which one will you think is a button? And which one will you think is just a random thing?
The rectangular one.
Obviously, the rectangular one, because it follows industry rules, and guidelines. So you can understand that, okay, this is a button. That triangle is not a button. It's nowhere close to a button. So these are the basic things that come into play when we are designing things like this. I think, okay, I should have, sorry. There's one that we talked about, having references, having feedbacks for your users. Let me try and open something here. I'm just trying to show us examples. Okay. So let's do it up. Now, this is a fitness app. You can see, I talked about placeholders. Now, first name has a way or a format. Last name as a format, email, example@email.com. Password is 8+ characters. You're telling the users this is what you want. Now, this place also helping the users understand where they are. This is under UX law and also usability heuristics. This is where they are, but this is where they are going. I hope you understand. Then show them where you are and where they are going. Show them where they are and where they are going. For things like this. So with this now, you make life easy for your user. Sure you get. Now, your user can easily see this and understand what they are saying. They will not get confused by anything they are saying on your screen or on your products. So life becomes easy. The main thing you're after is making life easy for your user. I think with that, we have come to the end of the class. I don't know if anyone has any question. If you have any question. Sorry. Just stay here. Questions, contributions. Who has any? You can drop them in the chat box before we finish, before we wrap up. Sorry for wasting a lot of the time. I'll not say wasting. Yes, you get the slides. I'll send the slides immediately after we end the class. Send the slides to the group chat. Then also the people that I promised UI books, just send me a DM or WhatsApp. Just send me a DM or WhatsApp. So any other question, you're welcome, Kendi. You're welcome. Any other question, any other thing that we have? Also, your task will be dropped today. Before the end of today, rather, your task will be dropped. Now, the main thing for your task will be, I'll give you links to different sites that have bad UI or bad UX. You're welcome, Esther. So I'll give you probably 3 or 2, depending on the time you have for the task. So I'll give you, I think, two websites. You be the judge of those websites now. You go back to the slides, check and read them up. You can go online, read up on laws of UX and usability heuristics. Now, those sites, you list the laws that they obeyed with a screenshot. I hope you are listening. Now, the laws that they obeyed with a proof that they obeyed the law. Now, you now write it under that screenshot, how they obeyed the law. So you are basically saying, let's say, for example, this product. Thank you, Joshua. So basically for this product now, I'll give you a website. You screenshot a part of the page. You say, okay, this law was obeyed. Let's say Jacob's law was obeyed. Now you tell me how they obeyed Jacob's law. You will not just tell me, they obeyed Jacob's law, finish. No, explain how they obeyed Jacob's law with a screenshot of your proof. Now you do that for also the parts that they did not obey. Okay, let's say they did not obey Jacob's law. You tell me they did not obey Jacob's law because this, and this. You give me a screenshot. So this task will be on Google Docs. Yes, you know how you submit. So by now, everyone here should know how to use Google Docs. By now, I expect everyone here to know how to use Google Docs. So that will be the end of today's class. If you have any question, you can drop it on the group chat. Anything you are confused on, you can drop it on the group chat. Then I'll drop links for you to read up, materials that you can easily read up. So yes, that's all for now. See you in the next class. General, I'm done. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jeff. Well, it's really very sorry. I'm sorry. I like using all these weird, what crazy class do, but it's fine. But it was insightful. So, okay, you will type the assignment to them, right? Because
yes. Yes, I will
Okay.
type the assignments. I'll send
Okay,
it
no.
for the end of
Okay, that's fine. So secondly, okay, you said you're going to send the slides to them, and I recorded the class. So if the file is not really heavy, I'll put it on YouTube for you guys to watch. But if it's heavy, I'll just find a way to play around with how you're going to get the recorded video. Yeah. So is there anything anybody wants to say? You guys should talk now. You guys, I can't how you're talking since morning. Unmute your mic, please, guys. Everybody unmute your mic. Let's say something now. Appreciate Caleb. Tell him something very crazy. Sorry, not crazy. Very
Thank you
nice.
so much.
Caleb.
Thank you so much, Caleb. Your class was insightful.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Kelly, what's up? I don't know. My eyes have been going on your name since. Kelly, are you there? Kelly, there. Okay, we have 6 more minutes. Oh, we have 6 minutes. When it's 6 on dots, we close this class officially. Teaser just came in, but it's fine. And your mic is actually muted, but it's fine. So the class was very okay, nice. So thank you very much, Caleb. I appreciate that. It was very, very nice. So I will check the calendar again and I will inform you up on the next class.
Okay.
So I think we can. Is there anything you want to say, Caleb?
No. I don't have anything again.
Okay, guys, is there anything you want to say before we leave? Is there anything anybody wants to say? You have 2 minutes to say anything. Esther, also, I'll meet your mic, guy. Esther, I'll meet your mic.
Good evening, General.
Say something.
I've said a lot of things. I've been talking since now. Okay, thank you for the organization. Thank you for bringing this up and everything. Though I'm on my journey to becoming a product designer, and there's a lot of things I need to learn. So I've done some things before, but as in seeing this made it just like a refresher for me, and it's making things more easier, more simple with the way Caleb explained heuristic principles today and everything. Though lots of US, I don't know anything about it, so but I think I enjoyed it. Though some of those names they are scratching my brain.
Physics law.
Stuff I don't know, like physics law, but it's nice. It was really nice and simple to understand. Yeah.
Okay, let me move to something about Caleb. When we attended a training section for I think 3 months, right? So yeah, 3 months. Me, I was a part-time, he's a full-time. He was a full-time actually. So most time I don't do my assignment. So I just call Caleb. Don't do my assignment this night. Caleb really was to put me through the night. So we just do the assignment another time. But Caleb was really good. I think he's a crazy person and product design actually. So okay, I also have this advice. So it's best you read more. When you practice with physical things, digital or non-digital products, you tend to get familiar with over time and your subconscious register it. Then whenever you come across it in your design, you will just have this this fact in your mind that, oh, I need to do this, I need to make it like this, I need to follow these principles or these rules and all of that. Then your design just hits itself. Do you get? So it's best you just get yourself familiarized with all these laws, even though you might not even fulfill all of them. Sometimes it may not be convenient to do them, but just get familiarized with all these laws and all of that. So it's great. So Oluseun rather, Oyelakin, guys, are you guy again? Say something. Oluseun Oyelakin.
Hello, sir.
Fuck it. I don't like that one. No. I'm good. I'm general. I don't like sir. I'm just general. Yeah.
Okay. General, good evening.
Yeah, what's up? How do you do?
Yeah. Thank you so much for this class.
Yeah.
So actually, do you want me to say something?
Yeah, I just want to tell Caleb something or this is so. I want to hear your voice actually. I want to hear some cool voice. Okay, just tell Caleb something nice. He did a wonderful session and the slides are really much.
Thank you.
You're welcome, boss.
What else again?
You said? Please come again.
Mazida. Mazida has been talking. Yeah, Mazida talk. Mazida, are you there? So Mazida, how do I know Mazida? Okay, I work for Paul Pictorial or Paul Trainer Consulting. So I met Mazida in one of our programs. Mazida, are you there? Unmute your mic. Mazida, I assume you are not here, and I going to count on your attendance. Okay, we have 1 minute. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Esther, Amodu Kaide, Eniola, Elizabeth, Kaide again, Mazida, Ola, Joshua, Oluseun, Oluwa Sujibumi, Onojite, Caesar. I'm sure that's the nickname, but let me just assume that's the nickname. So thank you for the time, and I see you next one. So Caleb will send the text to you. If there's anything you need, kindly message us on the group chat. Please, we don't take our mentors for granted, and I don't take guests for granted. It's a free session. Just cooperate with us and make sure you get what you want to get, and you're a product designer. So it's the end of the session. I see you next one. If you want to stay on the group, you can stay. For me, I'm leaving. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Let me stop sharing.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks. Bye, everyone.